They fired me for absolutely no reason. I felt humiliated, angry, and completely lost. But you know what? Karma has a funny way of showing up when you least expect it. Today we're diving into some of the craziest Reddit stories where people got fired unfairly and then watched karma hit back hard. Framed and fired while the boss was away. I took him down with me. Many years ago I worked at, let's say, Mexican Subway. I was in high school and really enjoyed working there with some of my friends. One girl I had known since 3rd grade. We had a kitchen manager we'll call Judd. Judd was an absolute creep show of a 27-year-old guy. He drove a loud car, thought shouting in your face made him cool, and bragged often about his 2 girlfriends, one 18, one 35. This wasn't all to know about Judd. One day after work, my friend and another girl from work were complaining about Judd. I listened in horror as I found out about Judd's other hobby, frequent attempted assault of the girls at work. From gropes and rubs to inappropriate questions. He did it all. The worst move he pulled was following a girl into the walk-in fridge, turning out the light, and blocking the door while suggesting they engage in physical acts. I felt sick. I had no idea this was going on. I knew he was deplorable and gross. Not that bad. Now for a quick aside. I've never been a particularly fit gentleman, and I never liked to let people know too much about myself if I didn't like them. So, Judd didn't know that I was a purple belt and assistant instructor in a weird hybrid martial arts class a friend taught that he said was a mix of jiu-jitsu and Hawaiian bone crushing. No idea how real that second one is, but needless to say I wasn't too keen to sit back and let Judd keep creeping. One day I saw one of my friends going into the fridge, and right behind her was Judd. I dropped what I was doing and went to the fridge. Inside, my friend had her back to the wall as Judd stood by the door. Lights on this time. I told my friend to leave the fridge, which she did in a hurry. Just me and Judd now. I walked up and got right in his face. He began to explain what I had walked in on. I cut him off. If I ever hear you saying disgusting crap to a girl ever again, I will beat the F out of you. He again started to talk. Got a mad face, but I shouted, "Do you understand me, Judd? I hear anything at all about you again, and I will hurt you. Then I'll report you to the police. Trust me." Then I left and turned the lights off on the way out. A few days later I get a call on my day off. A co-worker asking where I am. Turns out Judd changed the schedule the night before and forgot to tell me. The next day it happened again. My 1 p.m. shift suddenly was opening and I was late again. This happened a 3rd time, and I was fired by a visiting regional manager while our GM was gone on a TV show. It was obvious what happened, and I wasn't going to take it lying down. Now, this was the mid-2000s, and online ordering was literally brand new. That meant websites were not very secure, and I knew both the busiest times of the day and the items we ran out of the most that took forever to remake. Every day for a week after I was fired, I would go to their website on my grandma's computer, make a fake name or 3, and order hundreds of dollars of very complicated burritos, everything with extra sour cream and guacamole. Goopy messes that sucked to roll. Hard tacos, which we only made 4 to 5 sets of per shift, with double meat. All for 5-minute pickup windows at peak lunchtime hours or dinner rush times, whenever Judd was working. In that week, I ordered well over $1,500 to $2,000 of food that never got paid for and had to be thrown away. By that time, I had no friends still working there, so I felt zero remorse for the chaos. I found out from a co-worker that 2 weeks after I was let go, Judd was fired. Turns out being the manager when thousands of dollars are thrown away and wait times for food ballooned far past the accepted limit is enough to finally fire the guy everyone hated. I never told my friend what happened in the fridge, and I wouldn't do it any differently if I could. Also, my cousin may or may not have used his tire shop tools to remove Judd's valve stems one particularly dark evening. Hard to get to your girlfriend's houses when you can't air up your tires. I realize this story is a little grandiose, but it did happen as I told it. I have a lot more ridiculous stories, like when I arrested a drunk driver as a high school kid. Twice. If people are interested, I'll find somewhere applicable to post more experiences. Thanks for reading my rambling. Bye for now. My first post here, so I hope it fits grimacing face. I had a GM when I was a shift lead. She was sweet as can be to anyone new, but but anyone experienced, she expected perfection from and nothing else. She would scream at us, belittle us, and even kicked a dude once. Upper management did nothing. On a completely different story, I ended up with the franchise owner's phone number and texted him and got her fired. She picked up a new job quickly. I just got promoted to GM of a small family restaurant and am in the midst of hiring some staff. The one guy I interviewed actually works for my past bitch of a boss and hates his job and life. I told him to resign and start with me that night. I also told him to send my regards with his resignation to her and gave him my first and last name. Shit blew up. She called me, didn't even know she still had my number, and blew up on me. I hung up and she sent me nasty texts. I called and spoke to the owner of the place she currently manages. My boss helped me get connected, grinning face with sweat. Got her fired a second time, and now I'm getting ready to interview 3 more of her past employees, and life is good. I've won. Coming back to edit this. Said awful boss died in an awful car accident a couple weeks ago. Her wife walked out unscathed. I don't feel bad at all, and I took over half her staff after she died. I continue to win,